So I thought I'd give you an introduction to how to approach this quite difficult chapter that I've set you to read. And the most important thing to bear in mind is where is it heading? So we actually start by going right to the end. We'll go to page 16 of the chapter that I've given you on further page 17. Okay, and I'll have to zoom in a little. Good. So have a look at this sample exercise. And what this chapter is going to prepare you to do is to get from here, which is the musical surface, to this, which is a notation of what is structurally important to the harmony. You'll see that this little exercise from the Beethoven is not hugely unlike the little Mozart embellishment exercise you've just completed. And the task is really to identify which notes in the surface are elaborations of the underlying harmony. So if you look here, that A sharp, this is all a piece in G major. That A sharp is not a harmonic note. It's a G major triad. The A sharp is a neighbor note. The way it's been indicated, notated here in the score, is doesn't have a stem. The stems in this sort of notation, indicate something that belongs to the underlying harmony, where notes without a stem, passing notes, neighbor notes, are slurred to notes that they decorate and are given an N or a P. There are no passing notes actually here. They're all neighbor notes or arpeggiations or consonant skips. You haven't met consonant skips and arpeggiations before, or I've referred to them both the same thing. And effectively, I don't want you to worry about the difference too much. That is skipping around between notes of the underlying harmony. So here is a G major chord, and the very first interval is a leap from a low G to a low D to a top D, all part of a G major chord. And the analyst has here identified that the bottom note is decorating the top note by virtue of being a consonant skip. That's what the CS stands for. And in fact, what you've got here is an arpeggiation of the tonic triad D, B, G, each of which then gets decorated by a neighbor note progression. That's virtually what this whole exercise is designed to show you, to analyze the musical surface here, taking out the non-harmonic notes and identify how it's all effectively an elaboration of G major triad and then here an A major seventh chord is what it actually is. So knowing what it is that you're aiming for actually then makes the chapter that I would like you now to read a lot easier to understand. And then we'd like you yourself to try to complete this sort of analysis of these exercises. I'd like you to choose one of them at least to do, but possibly have a go at two. So this Mozart one is easy. We've got a lot of arpeggiation here, lots of passing notes you'll find there, some neighbor notes, and it is more or less the Chopin is a little bit hard to read because of the way it's been scanned. This Beethoven over here, over the page, again is very easy to analyze in terms of neighbor notes. You can see a lot of them there, a lot of passing notes, and some arpeggiations, and then you can reduce it using this stem and slur notation. The next video actually shows how to make note flight work to give you this. So you can do this in note flight, although I'm happy if you write it out on manuscript paper as well, but you can do this in note flight, and the next video actually shows you how to do it. What I'd like you to do is read the chapter and see if you can't complete exercises 4 and 6, and whichever others you might be interested in doing.